Does the sight of sweaty toes excite you? Do you like the way moisture glistens in the armpit of a girl? Or do you think that for some reason the kneecaps are an oddly provocative view? If so, don't worry, you're not that weird, because a bunch of Japanese schools have banned ponytails because it supposedly sexually excites males. What's tripping, guys? I'm Drip Thulu, and no, it's not the hairstyle itself that they care about. They don't give a fuck that the hair is tied in a ponytail. They care about the fact that it exposes the nape of the neck. You see that little piece of exposed meat right there? That's the nape of the neck, and that's what they're afraid of. It's kind of funny because over here in the States, we have girls folding up their skirts so fucking high that you can damn near see their vagina when they bend over. But over in Japan, God forbid you see a part of their neck. Here's the thing, Japanese schools in general have very draconian laws, so all that shit where you see, an anime where people are very flashy and have different colored hairs and garus and that shit, well, it does exist to a degree, but it's not as much as you might think. The schools dictate damn near everything about what you wear and are especially brutal on girls, but what are some of these restrictions, you may be wondering? Well, on the shallow end, they decide how long your skirt should be and the color of your hair, but then, well, they also have rules about what color your panties and socks should be. Some apparently even decide what shape your eyebrow is allowed to be. And no, I'm not exaggerating about the panties part. Quite literally, you're only allowed to wear white panties. No other color, no matter how plain it is. Honestly, why does the color of the panties change anything? Yeah, maybe some lacy black underwear will look more sexy and shit, but at the end of the day, it's panties, and I'ma keep it a Wakandan buck with you, champ. Unless the dude in question has been getting so much pussy that he's desensitized to it, their dick will post up the second they see a flash of that shit. Anyway, back to the main topic. What's really stupid about the whole no ponytail rule is that the reason that they state is that it exposes the nape of their neck, yet bob cuts are an acceptable hairstyle. As far as I'm concerned, there's plenty of neck exposed in that picture, so unless in Japan that part is considered part of the fucking chin, they're literally making no damn sense. I'll be honest, I do like a good neck. Not for the sloppy zucchini vacuum 9000, but because it can look pretty damn hot. But that's really it. I think it looks attractive, but in no way, shape, or form do I pop a stiffy from that portion of the body. How sad would that be? Like, there's a clear in-view clothed ass, breasts, and thighs, but nah, fuck that. It's that goddamn neck that gets you hard. I don't know if that's really low standards or just a complete lack of how value works. Now, why does the Japanese school system ban ponytails? Well, as of the making of this video, no one bothered explaining the logic of anything. They kind of just slapped the rule down, gave a shitty reason, and then left it at that. According to a teacher in Japan, and quote, "They're worried boys will look at girls," which is similar to the reasoning behind upholding a white-only underwear color rule, end quote. Let's be honest, unless everyone is wearing a hazmat suit we can't see each other's faces either, that's fucking dumb. Let me tell you something, boys can be stimulated by damn near anything. A good face, pop a stiffy. The slightest amount of cleavage indenting their shirt, pop a stiffy. Even if there's no cleavage indenting the shirt and it's a flat fucking cutting board, pop a goddamn stiffy. Now, I'm not saying that's a reason as to why all regulation should be abandoned, because taking that to its logical extreme should allow for people to show up to class bare ass naked, but it is to say that a little bit of neck ain't gonna change much. Boys will be goddamn boys. That is, honest to God, one of the last things they should be worrying about. All these strange sets of regulations and rules imposed on the students are a part of what's called buraku kosoku, which means black rules. Here's some examples of other ridiculous shit that the black rules have. Students are only allowed 3 sneezes in class. Students must get permission from a teacher to cut their hair over summer vacation. Male and female students must have 2 meters of the distance between them. Students are not allowed to wear scarves during exams. These rules are not necessarily enforced everywhere, and it does vary from school to school which ones they implement, but at the very least there is some scuffed ass school out there that has all these rules enforced by the teaching staff. Now the question is, why does Japan do this? Why do they limit the students so greatly and want to control every tiny aspect of their school and personal life in regard to their appearance, etc.? And I honestly can't give you a very accurate answer. Most of the shit I find is not quoted by some Japanese politician or board member or something like that. It's more speculation, hearsay than anything else. Some people think that it's almost like North Korea, but just not as bad. What I mean is that they're essentially trying to educate a child in a certain way that is beneficial to those in power, making them adopt a group identity with everyone rather than as an individual, making them passive and being very used to strict regulations. They are, in some sense, brainwashed to blindly obey authority and never question the logic behind what their leaders are doing. Even if they have issues with what is actually happening around them, they don't have the vigor or drive to actually change it and do something about those things. They'd rather just be like a girl in a bukkake film and take it on the chin. This kind of thing can be seen in the fact that there are damn near no protests or civil movements against policies and laws instituted by the government, completely unlike America, which practically only has protests and people bitching and moaning over every damn thing. If you watch anime, then you probably know what black companies are. If you don't, in short, they're companies that exploit the ever-living shit out of their employees. This can be through things like having tons of unpaid overtime, excessive overtime hours, full-on harassment, abuse of power, and other fucked up crap. The fact that this stuff thrives in Japan and the complete lack of action taken by the people and government to combat this shows even more just how far implanted the idea of tolerating and agreeing with everything is just forced into their heads. Anyway, that's my piece. I should go start a hashtag on Twitter called #FreeJapanesePonytails or some stupid shit like that. It'd be funny. See you all later. Have a decent day. Ja.